A never-ending list of benefits comes with owning your own company. In the majority of instances, you have more control over your time, money, and life as a whole. You also get to take pleasure in performing something that speaks to your heart. However, if you've ever fantasized about establishing your own company, you'll know that it isn't as simple as it seems on the surface. It is possible that the same thing that we believed would bring us greater pleasure would really be the cause of our unhappiness if we do not execute it correctly. Although no two companies are identical, the majority of startups are founded on the same principles that lead to long-term success and development. Having mastered these concepts, we find that business gets simpler, not necessarily easier, but simpler nevertheless. And when establishing a company is straightforward, it becomes more accessible. Here are some business rules that may also be used as a roadmap for launching a new enterprise. Find something you are passionate about. An essential first step in starting a company is having a strong enthusiasm for the sector in which you wish to operate. If your motivation for being in the kitchen is nothing more than a desire to earn money, you are putting together a formula for catastrophe. It is difficult to start a company, especially in the early stages of its development. But even in the face of hardship, your determination and will to achieve will carry you through. Identify people who are fascinated by the same goal. Simply having the capacity for genuine enthusiasm for a subject is not sufficient. It's also important to surround yourself with people who are as enthusiastic about what you do as you are. Pretend you're in the following situation. You have a great desire to learn more about vintage lighting. Fact is, you will not be successful unless you can find a group that shares your passion for antique lights and to whom you can sell antique lights for a profit. So do your research and assess how many people would be ready to pay a fee in order to get access to your area of interest. Create a business plan for your company. Your business model is built on two factors: your unique value proposition and your method of monetizing your product or service, or combination of the two. Something that sets you apart from your rivals is the distinct value that you offer to your customers. In order to be successful in this field, it will be essential to examine what others are doing and to do things differently from them. Businesses that are successful are those that do effectively in their respective fields. They are approached in a distinctive manner by great companies. Once you've done that, you'll need to work out how you're going to make money from your new business endeavor. What are your plans for the event? Will you charge for admission or publicity, or will you have a real product or service to provide in return for your participation? Put your product through its tests. It is the most effective way of testing a product, before it is published to the general public, that a beta version is made available. Before introducing your product to a larger group of people, you should expose it to a smaller group of people first. You shouldn't put all of your resources into it until your business has shown that it can generate revenue and has passed its own stress test. When starting a food business, you may want to start by preparing your meals at home and selling them to your neighbors before investing in a permanent facility. While you are getting feedback, be open to criticisms and suggestions, and make every attempt to put those that may help you improve your product or service into action as soon as possible. Establish a solid team. It is said that if you want to travel swiftly, it is best to go alone, according to an old African proverb. Nevertheless, if you want to go far, you must go in a group. You have two options: either look for co-founders who would participate in the profits and ownership of the business with you, or hire an employee and pay a salary to that person. Because each choice has benefits and drawbacks, you should weigh your alternatives carefully. Knowing how fast your business will grow can assist you in deciding which route to take and how many workers you will need. By following these essential steps, you can ensure that your company gets off to a successful start and that its future success is maximized.